are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thanks. Welcome to class.
Um, with pleasure.
Good, good. Glad you're here. And Amir, hello.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
I'm exhausted a little bit because I have just come from my work, and these days we fast from sunshine to sunset. So for more than uh, 10 hours, we
Oh my
don't eat
gosh.
or drink. Yes,
Is it what celebration is it?
it's a Ramadan.
Ramadan. Oh gosh. I thought that was later. I guess it's at a different time each year, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Okay. Wow, so you yeah, you must be extremely tired and probably very hungry. Um,
yes. There is
wow.
a one more hour, and we will break the fast.
Oh, so after this class, you'll get to go
Yes.
break the fast. All right. Well, good way to pass the time while you wait. Cool. Glad you're here. Um, Alejandro, welcome back.
Hi, thank you.
And how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good. And Ana Carolina, hello.
Hi, teacher. Sorry, I'm horsey. How have you been?
Oh, so far so good. How are you?
I'm fine. Did you apply for more jobs?
Yes, I've been applying
Yes.
for a few. I got a phone call during the last hour from one of the jobs, but they didn't leave a message, so I don't know. I'll have to give them a call when I finish here.
Okay, good luck. I will be sharing for you.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Great, thank you. And glad you're here.
Me too, teacher.
And Diego, welcome back. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I would.
Good, good, good. And let's see. Elle, hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. And where are you from?
Um, Originally from Thailand, but I live in USA.
Oh, cool, cool. What part of the USA do you live in? Or where in the USA are you? Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. And Herman, welcome back.
Hi, Stephanie. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. And Vicente, welcome back.
Hello again.
And German, welcome back.
Thank you. Hello again.
All
Hello,
right.
guys.
So yes, we are here for some pronoun work. We started last hour. We reviewed subject and object pronouns, which were easy. And then we moved on to some relative pronouns, which are much harder, um, especially with who and whom. But so we'll go back to the worksheet we were working on. We'll finish up those exercises, and then hopefully dig into who and whom a little better. Very hard to explain, though. Herman gave us a good rule. Who is for subject, whom is for object, and that's a good basic rule to follow. But with that said, let's go back to our exercises. I'm going to share the link in the chats so you can have the screen open on your own computer. It's got a useful table for the subject and object and relative pronouns, so it's kind of useful. There, so the link is in the chat, and we'll get back to our exercises. All right, so we had finished up through here. We did subject and object pronouns, and just a real quick review for those who were not there. Subject pronouns are in the subject position in the sentence. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, or they. Object pronouns are in the object position in a sentence. Me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. And relative pronouns connect two parts of two phrases to show the relation. That's why they're relative. And those are who, that, which, whom, and whose. So those are the pronouns we're working with today. Exercise 5 is an error correction exercise. So you will get a sentence. There is something incorrect in that sentence, and you need to tell me how to make it correct or correct it. So that's our first one, and let's start. Why don't we start with German this time? Can you take number 1?
Okay. Me and Diana work together, and I must find the mistake. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It is I and Diana work together because me it isn't correct.
Good, right? We would never say me work as teacher. No, it's I work as a teacher. Very good. This is correct, but just one note. It's not a rule, but generally we put the other person first and I am second. So it's correct either way, but native speakers would probably say Diana and I work together. Just to note. Great. Thank you, German, for starting us off. And let's move leftward. So Vicente, number 2.
Okay, Ricky and me are both taking psychology. Um, um, I and Ricky are both taking psychology.
Yeah, are both taking psychology.
Psychology.
Yep. Very good. Yep. So again, me, this is a subject position. So we need the subject pronoun I. And then just to note that most native speakers would put Ricky first. Ricky and I are both taking psychology. Great. Thank you very much, Vicente.
Thank you.
All right. Lena, you're up, number 3.
I and Paula live in Youngstown, Ohio. But I think it's correct.
Yeah, this is...
Maybe Paula and I live in Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Paul and I live in Youngstown, Ohio. Or maybe they're looking for you to put we instead of...
We live in Youngstown.
Yeah, I think both of those are correct. Good, great, thank you. Number 4, Herman.
Maria, she's a dancer. Maria is a dancer.
Yeah, so we don't need both. You don't need the noun and the pronoun. One or the other. Great. Number 5, L.
Okay. Is 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 your Is you are the managers of this store?
Good, and so the subject is you. Will we say you is or you?
You are the managers on. It's a question, right?
Yep. So instead of is, we're going to say are.
Are you? Okay.
Yep. Very good. Of this store. Yep, very good. So subject and verb matching there. Are you the manager?
Or is he?
Yeah, either is he or are you. Great. Diego, you're up next, number 6.
Okay. Victor and I are all friends. So we are all friends.
Oh boy. Good. Sounds like there was a collapse over there.
Okay.
All right, great job. Excellent. Correct. Both of these are correct. What's incorrect is that object pronoun me. All right, next one, number 7, Ana Carolina.
Okay. Either the apostrophe, it's a girl, or she's a girl.
Good. Or she is a, oops.
Or she's, whatever.
Yeah, or she's or she is. She's a girl. Very good. Yep, and this is a common, this first part is when you are pregnant and you're not sure whether it's a boy or a girl, this is how you announce it. It's a girl. It's a boy. So probably our first one there is the best. Great. Thank you, Ana Carolina. Amir, number 8.
They're both from China. They are. Or
Yep. So they are or they're.
they're, yeah.
Yeah.
They sound the same.
Yeah, they sound exactly the same, but this is the possessive pronoun, and this is the subject pronoun plus the verb. Good. This is one that many native speakers make mistakes with. There, and there. But great job. Very nice. Alejandro, number 9.
Sid and I have been going out for about 2 months.
Good, yep. Either Sid and I or we, but never Sid and me in the subject. Good, and our last one, back to German.
Okay. I and John don't know how to cook. Not me again, I think.
Yes, correct. They're really testing that one. So again, not me. And for some reason, I don't know, but it really does strike me as a little strange to start with I. So I think native speakers will always start with the other person and then add I. Joanna and I don't know how to cook. Or we could always say we don't know how to cook.
Okay.
Great. All right, are there any questions on any sentences in this exercise?
No.
No.
Great. Good, seems pretty easy. All right, we've got one more sentence correction, and then we'll go back to some more relative pronouns. So same idea, we have a different error, so just say the correction. And number 1, we go to Vicente.
Okay, between you and I think that John is a bad speaker. I think is between John and me, I think that John is a bad speaker.
Good, yep, so it is between you and me. I think that John is a bad speaker. Good. Yep, so this is not a complete sentence, it's a phrase, but in this phrase, these are objects. So me and not I. Good. And number 2, Lena.
Rick and I have been going out for 6 months.
Good, Rick and I. They really don't want anyone mixing those up. Okay. All right, and number 3, Herman.
Oscar has 2 cars. One of them is a Ford.
Good. 2 cars. One of them is.
No, teacher. One of which.
Yes, I was just
This is
going.
my sentence.
Yes, I was just going to say we could also use the relative pronoun, one of which is a Ford. So I think both are correct. Although, again, with them, I'm not sure the rule. According to the rules, I don't know if it's correct, but it is correct in spoken English. We always say that. So good. And L, number 4.
Okay. We have to rearrange this sentence, right?
Yeah, we either have to rearrange it or we have to use a relative pronoun.
A relative pronoun, okay. I was talking about women who come from China.
Great. Excellent. Nice. I'm glad you did this one because this helps us see the difference between who and whom. So this sentence is perfect. It's grammatical. It's correct. And you're using the relative pronoun who here to tell us, to point out which woman.
Okay.
We could also use whom in this sentence, and I'll show what that looks like. With the words in the order that they are, we can use whom. The woman.
Yes, the woman whom I was talking comes from China.
About whom I was talking comes from China. Yep, good. And let me move that so you can see it. Yep. So the woman about whom I was talking comes from China. Good. So those are 2 examples of kind of the difference. So in this phrase, whom is in the object role and not in the first one. So this is a good example. Are there any questions on this one? Okay, great, excellent. Diego, number 5.
Okay, the article on which I was discussing was about genetics.
Oops, was about.
Discussing.
Yep, good. The article. For some reason, I feel like this needs to be about. On needs to be about. The article about which I was discussing. Something still seems strange to me on this one.
Stephanie,
Yeah.
The article
could we take the preposition on and about away and just say the article which I was discussing was
No, the
about
article
genetics? And that as well. The article that. No, I guess which is better than that.
Sorry, we have to put the comma. If we're gonna use which, we have to put comma.
Yeah. So we could use which, and then we would I still want to take away that preposition. So the article, which I was discussing, or
We have another example.
Could be just that, or not?
Yeah, I think that sounds the best to me. The article that I was discussing was about genetics. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that sounds the best. Anybody else have any comments on this one?
I want to propose the article. I was discussing the article that was about genetics.
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
I was discussing the article that was about genetics.
Yes.
We can change.
Yep, you could change it that way too. So you could put this first. I was discussing an article that was about genetics. Good. All right, so let's see, where are we now? Number 6, and I think it is Arlena, I think it's your turn.
Mario and I are going to the movies later.
Can you say it one more time?
Yes, Mario and I are going to the movies later.
Right, perfect. Thank you. Yep, or we could say we as well. Good one. All right, and Amir, back to you, number 7.
I met 3 people, one of which is a nurse at Valley Hospital.
Good, very good. Yep, so we see that comma, and we're going to use which instead of that.
I'm sorry, Stephanie.
Yes.
I don't fully understand you. Why not one of them?
I'm sorry, why not one of what? Sorry, there we go. Okay.
Sorry. Why not one of them, teacher?
One of them. Actually, you could. So you could say, I met 3 people. You would need some different punctuation. Let me show what that would be. Come on. Okay, so we could say, I met 3 people, semicolon. Oh gosh. I met, sorry, my text boxes aren't working here. I met 3 people. One of them is a nurse. I guess, I don't know, there's not much difference. I guess I don't even need the semicolon. I feel like you do. I guess, yeah, you can use them. There's really not much difference.
Sorry, in this case, of which you can use whom.
Yes, you could also use whom. So all 3 are correct. One of which, one of them, one of whom. Good question.
Because which use when is things, not person.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to stick to people for which. Yeah, so I guess the best would be one of whom. Yeah.
Teacher,
Yes?
whom can either replaced by singular and plural.
What's that?
Can either replaced by singular and plural
I think, yeah, I think it doesn't matter whether it's singular or plural. I think it's either way, it's fine. Whom can be used. I don't know if that's helpful. All right, let's go back. Let's see, number 8, and I think it's Anna Carolina's turn.
Okay. I'm not sure. Uh, they got divorced, which is a real shame.
Good. Yep, they got divorced, which is a real shame. Good. And we see the comma there to help us use which.
Sorry, Stephanie.
Yes.
Can we use it is a real shame?
Yeah. That's just 2 different sentences. So you could do they got divorced. It is a real shame. Yeah, you would just need different punctuations because that would be 2 separate sentences rather than 1 sentence. Good.
I think that is a real change is possible as well. If we have full stop after divorce, and then we make the new sentence, that is a real shame. Is this possible?
Yeah, you could say that is a real as a separate sentence.
Yes.
Yes, yep, you can do that.
Stephanie.
Yes.
One more possibility. Maybe it's a real shame that they got divorced.
Yeah.
Or no?
Yep, you could say that. It's a real shame that they got divorced. Yep. Good questions, everyone. Good alternatives there. All right, great job. Let's look at number 9. Amir, your turn, number 9.
Right. Patel lives in Delhi that has a population of 17 million. Which?
Good. Good. Which has a population of 17 million. Great. Yep, so which there. And our last one for the error corrections goes to Alejandro, number 10.
Okay. The man about who I was speaking comes from Mongolia. Uh, the man about I was speaking comes from Mongolia.
Say that one more time. The man about
I was speaking.
About whom? About whom?
Okay.
Good. Comes from. Good. Yep. So here, this whole thing acts like one noun here, kind of, or one phrase, one sentence almost. All right. Are there any questions on any of these?
No.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I say the man? Okay. The man who I'm speaking comes from Mongolia. No.
You can, this is similar to number 4, so we can change the order to use who. Let me see, how would we do that? I guess we would do, I was speaking about the man who comes from Mongolia. Yeah, so you could change it to that.
Stephanie, whom is the most difficult one?
Yeah, who and whom are the most, and it's, I don't even know, it's really hard to explain. But so let's just stop there. We've finished these exercises. Let's stop there, and I have an exercise just about who and whom. So I think that might help us. The basic rule is that who is for the subject, whom is for the object, but that's unclear when it's a relative pronoun. It's very difficult to see exactly what's the subject or the object. So I have another exercise pulled up. Let's go to that and see if that helps clarify. All right. So both of them are pronouns. Which are words that take the place of a noun. I guess, let's see, I don't want to be too repetitive, but I'd like it to be clear to you all. I guess this is a better way to think of it than the last worksheets. If a pronoun is a subject pronoun or an object pronoun, that's when you'll use who versus whom. So who, here's an example of who used correctly. Janice is the student who has read the most books. Here's whom used correctly. Janice is the student whom the teachers picked as outstanding. So when you're deciding what to use, you can break the sentence into two parts to identify if it's a subject or an object. Here's another rule to remember. If you can omit the who or whom entirely, then the correct form is whom. If you need it, then it's who. So an example of that. Janice is the student the teachers picked as outstanding. So we don't need who or whom. But if we want to use it, then we should use whom. Any questions on that so far?
No, teacher.
Okay. So let's go on. Let's not, I guess, well, we will need to. So in questions, it's the same rule. You'll use it in a question. If you're asking about the object, you'll use whom. If you're asking about the subject, you'll use who. So who is the president of the student government? Whom do I ask about the job? So I guess I don't know what else to say. I don't know if that explains it. Let's just go to the exercises. So in this sentence, you will just choose whether you're using who or whom. And Alejandro went last time, so back to German for number 1.
Okay. Who did mom invite to Marcelo's birthday party? I think that who is correct in this sentence.
Okay, so let's look at this. Who did mom invite to the party? Let's just look at that. This is Most native speakers would say this. I would say this, even as an English language teacher. I would say this. But let's think about the answer to this question. The answer would be Mom invited her. So Mom is the subject. Whoever she invited is the object. So we need the object in the question as well. Does that make sense? I don't feel like anything I'm saying is making sense today. It does need to be whom. You're asking about the objects.
It is making sense because you explained that whom is the object in the case in this case.
Yeah, so we're asking about an object, so we're going to use the object question. I hope that's clear. Good. So are there any questions on this one?
I think I need more practice for this because it is difficult for me while.
It is. It's difficult.
Because I think that then I translate it in my language. Yes, I think that who it is object, and it is difficult. I don't type whom.
Yeah. My advice is just not to worry about it that much. This is confusing for native speakers. Most native speakers never ever use whom ever. So you can just use who, and most people will not notice. That would be
Maybe
my
then I will read more English literature and other. I speak it about it correct.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's confusing, I think, for everyone. So good work. It takes lots of practice. Good. Nice work. Vicente, you're up next, number 2, kind of a long sentence from John Dunn.
Any man that dismisses me because I am involved in making and therefore never sent to now for the reasons I told for the John Doe. I think for who the bells tolls. It tolls for thee, John Doe. Who? I think it's who.
Yeah, that's very.
Because the object is bells, I think.
Oops, let's see. So let's just look, let's see. And therefore never send to know.
I agree.
We agree? Okay, let's just dissect this sentence a little bit. I'm going to change it. Look at this sentence. The bell tolls at midnight. What is the subject of this sentence? The bell tolls at midnight.
The bells.
Yeah, the bell is the subject. Toll is the verb, and there is no object. I don't know if this topic is there for Nelson to know. How about this? For you. What's the subject in this sentence? The bell tolls for you.
For you? The subject?
The subject is still the bell.
Ah, the bell.
Yep. So when the verb, in fact, the verb is very telling in this one, because only bells can toll. So this is actually just kind of a reversed sentence. The subject is at the end. So it is, and therefore never send to know for, this is going to be the object for whom the bell tolls. Yeah. The bell tolls for you, the bell tolls for whom
For whom?
does the bell toll? It tolls for you. Tricky one. Any questions on that one? All right. Good. Good work, Vicente. Let's go on. Lena, how about number 3?
Who invited Richard to be the representative for the entire class?
All right. And will you say it one more time, please?
Who invited Richard to be the representative for the entire class? Because it is the subject. Who?
Oops. And where? Question. Good. Yep, it is who. Someone invited Richard, the subject. We just don't know who. So very good. This is who. And our last one, number 4. Get a text box down here. All right, number 4 goes to Herman. Your turn.
Susan is the chef who will create an exquisite menu for our teen year reunion.
Very good. And I think you said who will create. Good. All right, great. Are there any questions on these 4 sentences? I do have a few. Okay, I do have some more, but I have to switch to a different worksheet. So, nice work on that one. It is confusing and a little bit frustrating, but I have one more of the same type of exercise, so a sentence, and you'll decide whether we need the subject, who, or the object, whom. So here we go. We've got, I think, 16 more sentences. And Elle, it's your turn. Number 1.
Number 1. Whom attended the high school graduation ceremonies with Rhonda?
Good. So you think whom?
Who?
Yeah, it is
Who?
actually
Yeah.
who. Yep. And it's also helpful to think of the verb. Like, are we asking who did the verb? Then it's the subject.
Okay.
Good. Really good. Who attended the high school graduation ceremony with Rhonda? Great.
Stephanie.
Does it problem? Again? As
Yes.
yesterday?
Yes, we lost her.
But Anna Karina, it was not your turn.
No, it's Diego. I just asked her if she can hear us. I'm sorry.
Okay, hello.
He's back.
Yes, teacher. Welcome back.
Nice to see you, Stephanie.
Yeah, sorry everyone. This has
Oh,
been happening every single time I've tried to teach. This has happened in the past 3 days. So I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I apologize. We'll get back to it. I think it was Diego's turn. Diego number 2.
Okay. When the chef arrived at the restaurant, she asked, mm, 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 um, I don't sure. Who had ordered only 30 pounds of chicken for the month of August? Who?
Good. Okay, I'm not going to type out these super long ones, but so when the chef arrived at the restaurant, she asked who had ordered the only 30 pounds of chicken for the month of August. Good. Yep, who is correct?
It's for Barb. Ask. With the red. Oh no.
Yes. Well, let me think. She asked. I don't know. This is what I would say. I would say who. She asked who had ordered. Although she is clearly the subject of the verb asked. I'm going to say it's correct. That's what I would say, so we're going to say that's correct. Are there any questions on that one?
I have some question. Why arrived at? Why we use the preposition at? Not to.
No.
It's a hard one. We got a lot of impossible questions today. Arrived, we don't arrive to, I guess we go to places, but when we get there, we arrive at the place. So I can go to the park, and when I arrive, then I am at the park.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, prepositions often don't really have a reason behind them. Makes them our hardest part of speech. All right, so let's continue. Let's go on to number 3. Anna Carolina, your turn.
Okay. Robert Anderson is the running back whom the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted in the second round. Whom?
You think whom?
Whom, yes.
In the second round. Okay. This is not getting any clearer. I want.
Whom is the object? The Pittsburgh Steelers drafted them.
Yes, that's why it makes sense to use whom, but it sounds wrong to me.
Oh my gosh, teacher. you will have to clarify because now I am really confused.
Yeah. That's the tricky part about this.
My gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not an answer key either. I could be wrong. It could be whom.
Teacher, you explained that whom is the subject, is the object. Robert Jensen is the one who is running back and the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted. Then, teacher.
Yeah, I
That's
see.
Yes, I
my
agree.
gosh.
Whom is
It's
correct?
complicated. Teacher, who? My gosh. If you if you if you if you tell me the answer is who, my gosh, uh, teacher.
Yeah, let's just go with whom. um, it might be correct. I don't know. I would say who. Um, and it's because part of the problem is we have two verbs here. So we have, I believe, is our main verb, and drafted is the main verb in a dependent clause. Let's just stick with whom. Whom is for object, who is for subject. I don't really know. I don't know how to explain why I think it's who. And I don't have an answer or like an answer key, so it could be just that I'm incorrect. Because again, most native speakers do not use whom. So let's just stick with that. Let's try to do a few more. Amir, number 3, please.
After sensing a problem with senior class, the principal demanded to know uh, whom the class leader had contacted to conduct the petitions drive.
Good. Yep. The principal demanded to know whom the class leaders had contacted. Good. So this one definitely I can say for sure is whom. Very good. All right, great. Number 5, Alejandro.
Okay. William, whom removed the milk bottle from the refrigerator?
Did you say who or whom?
I say whom.
Okay. William, whom? Okay, so this is just a basic question, and William is the person we're asking.
Okay. Eh, So is who.
Yeah, yep, there you go. Yep. Good, yep, so in the basic question it's going to be who. Good. And let's see, maybe let's try just one more, and then we'll do some questions. Although it's hard, I don't know how to answer many of them. Number 6, German.
Okay, also, so the admiral wanted the commander to resign. The
Resign.
commander still resign.
Yes.
The commander still wanted to know uh, whom he had offended, but I'm not sure for this. Still wanted to know whom, because after that he had and who. I think that whom.
Yes, you are correct. And it is, yep, this is our main verb, had offended. And so the commander is the subject. The verb, he had offended, and he offended someone, an object, so whom.
Okay.
Good, another clear one. I think the ones where it's really tough is when there's more than one verb and when we have a whole phrase acting as a noun. That's when it gets tricky. All right, we're running out of time. Does anyone have any questions on any of these? Okay, I'm going to stop the share then. I apologize if I didn't answer your questions very well. Who and whom is very confusing, but just remember that it's not important. Native speakers go their whole life without using whom. Yes, Anna.
Just one little question. I forgot the meaning of draft. Is it the same as draw? Draft?
Draft, in that case, it means like to recruit.
Okay, but it also means to write something.
Yep, it could be like to write a copy of something. Yep.
Okay, because it wasn't making sense, and I was wondering.
Yeah, in that case, in that sentence, the drafted is like when sports teams pick their players. So in that case, it's the recruit sense. Good question. Good question. All right. Any other final questions or anything else? All right. Well, I'm sorry if we didn't clarify very well the who or whom. Just use who. Don't stress about it. Tomorrow we'll be back with some more pronouns. We'll look at possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, and indefinite pronouns. So lots more confusing pronouns for you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Nice work.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank
Bye bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.